So what we can do here was, so we can do a subscribe to a report. So how we can subscribe is, so I'm just going back to navigation. So after say we have a subscribe option. So in subscribe options, we have a frequency like daily, weekly, monthly, when you want to get that email. So if you want to get daily or weekly, I'm just doing a monthly here. And then when you want to get it, week, first week, second week, third week, fourth week, or last week, and which date you want it. So you have to pick that time, and I just want to get a for now to see you tomorrow, to show you tomorrow. I'm just making it as a daily. Well, let's make it as a weekly one. And so this is a Wednesday and Thursday, Friday. Only these 3 days I want in the early morning before we join. So let's keep it as a 6 a.m. and attach file. Yes, attach file, and which format I want to see it is in a. So we have only option called CSV file or a formatted file. So let's keep it a CSV file for now. So it's going to attach it recipients for me or another person. So for me, I'm going to edit the recipient as well. User roles, role subscribers, public groups, whichever you want, you can add all of them as a members. So here, these are all the roles we're having. So we have a sales rep role. I'm just doing the add me and sales rep role. All these users will be get notified. Okay, done. So these two members are going to be my recipients of this email, and run report as me or other person. So to whom like you want to look at this report. For me, you can run the report as a different user as well. Like if you're giving like my projects, and if you're running as a different user, so for this user, what are all his projects that will be come to you, like who are the recipients in the subscription that will be sent, and run the report as a different user and send it to you for you. More like if you want just run as you can get like this. Add conditions to the reports. Like you already have some conditions, right? And if you want to change or like add a different conditions. Okay, so this is going to be on a summarized data. So the record count, if it is summary report that we are not covered at. So once we have covered, then I will explain this one. Anything that you select over here, and then if you do a save, then a job will be scheduled and it will send you the emails. Okay, one thing you need to check was, if you're not seeing the email, you need to check your spam sometimes, not all the time, based on your email security, how you configure. You have to maybe change that conditions, or you need to check your spam to if you're not seeing it in your inbox. Okay, and if you want to unsubscribe, again you need to subscribe, go to subscribe, and you can do a unsubscribe to not to get or to not to receive these emails. You can do a unsubscribe. Okay, and deleting this report and add to dashboard. I will explain you once I explain the dashboards. So there are different types of report as well. If you see here, add chart symbols. There is one more report type called a summary report. So that means you can group by the rows in this one. So here I want to group by a stage, and here in filter, just let's keep everything over here so that we'll see more data. So this is like a grouping or summarizing by any field. So when you summarize means you will group by that field, and what are all the records with the same data in that particular field, it will be grouped together, and we can have a summary values as well. So here what are all the number fields we see here, it will just summarize as a sub in the subgrouping levels, and at the end also you have a one more summarized value, and at the top also you see all those what you have a summarized values you see at the top as well. Okay, so if in the bottom you have options to hide some of them, so I don't want to see the row count. Okay, so here before we have a record count, if you disable, it's going to be a disappear from all the places. You have a record count here in all subgroupings you have, and you have switched off, it will not be showing. Okay, I want to I only want to see the summarized data, not any additional fields. So I don't want to see project name, email, everything. Just see the detail, hide the details of the row, and you see only the summarized data. What you are summarizing, only that will be present. Or you can keep it or hide the details of the row, what are all the other data what that we are seeing. And I don't want the subtotals, I want only the grand totals. When I hide, you don't see the summarized data at each group level. You see only at the grand level. That means for entire data, you see once. You don't want to see that as well. So we nothing do even you are grouping here. Just you are seeing the data together of one stage. That's it. Okay. So these are all the options that we have when you do a summarized. And when you have a summarized data, you can add charts as well. So you have a different charts. What are all the charts you want? You can use those all charts. When it's disabled means you need to have more groupings to have to visualize this kind of a charts. So that is the only reason. So whichever chart you like to your business, you can do all those charts. Okay, and you have some titles here, the chart titles you can give, and what is your value and sliced colors. There is the option to show it in a percentages as well. You see percentage and the value. You don't want to show the values, only percentages you can show it. Combine small into the other. So if you don't select, you'll have more options there. If you don't want to see very minute things, and you can club that as others. And the show total at the center, what you see here, the center data, and legends where you want to align the legends. So you can do that at the right or bottom. You have option, and we have only one grouping, so we don't have one thing. So here I want to summarize the CAGR, or you want to see the number of employees or a record count. What you want to see here, you can do that. Then okay, those are all the options we have available here. When you're seeing a, these are called the legends. So we see a color, and when you hover over the mouse, then only we see what is the stage, right? So instead of doing that, you can see on the right side itself what if based on the color is going to be a your stage name. I mean, what color represents which stage name that you can see in the legends. So we have two more reports called metrics and joint reports that we'll going to cover tomorrow. So if you have any questions here, you can ask.
So the earlier report you were shown as a grid, right? Now you converted into a.
Yeah, this is called a tabular report. This one tabular report, and this one called as a summary report. Oh, I not saved the report, just lost. So thing was, we have to include all stages just for showing the data purpose, and then you can do a grouping. So once you do a grouping, it will become a summary report. If you don't, if you don't have any groupings, then it will call a tabular report. Once you have the grouping, then you can add the charts to it.
No.
I want to show the numbers and values here. Total. Okay, and then once I did, just do a save so that when you switch between, then it will hold the data. So this is it called tabular format, tabular report. This is going to be a summary report. Okay, folders. So when we click on the report tab, you have a two sections: report section and folder section, and your favorite section. So here, what are all the reports that you do see recently, that you see recently, and you can see created by me. You have private reports, public reports, all reports you want to see, all reports, and you can switch to a folders. So we don't have folders before, right? So if you want to create a new folder, here you have option new folder. So you can name it as a project folder. You can name it as unique name. Save it here. This is your project folder. Inside project folder, you can create one more folder like tree structured folders you have. Source folder. Like that, you can have a tree kind of structure folders also you can keep. And the theme here was when we have folder. So I created one report. So how I'm going to share with the other users using a folders. So once you place the report in one one folder, you cannot share the report as a report. You need to share the report folder so that all the reports in that folder is going to share with the to whom you are going to share. So here you will see an option called a share option. So in the share, again, you will be having the same list, single user, role or role subordinates or public groups. So just try to remember at the end, we will summarize what are all the places you use role, what are all the places you use public group. Okay. So for what we've seen, for sharing the record, for doing the subscription of the report, for sharing the report folders, anywhere we have, just try to keep it a note so that it will be helpful for you. So where you're going to use those. So even that will be useful for you in differentiating between the similarity between a role, public group, and queue. So you don't see anywhere queue, right? Only we see a public groups and roles here. So queues are meant to only change the ownership of a record. Okay. And just for today and tomorrow, like I'm going to show you the this one what we have not done. So how to do data loads with the data loader, and then the other types of reports, and then dashboards and dashboard folders. That's what we are going to cover tomorrow. Any questions, please go ahead.
So we have created folder. So how to send that put into this folder?
how to send.
We have created reports, right? Some public
Okay, okay,
reports.
okay.
So if
So,
you want,
mm, so we created a public report, and you want to move it to the project folder. Okay. So here you have to go to edit, and then there will be a option called the properties, where you will change that location properties. There you have a folder. You can select the folders here, created by me. So project folder I want to keep, not inside the resource folder. I want to keep inside the project folder and select and do a save. So the
oh,
report 2 I saved in a project folder. So you have one report and one folder here.
got it. Oh,
Okay. Any other things? I mean, any other questions?
no,
Okay then.